Hello,
Hey,
and welcome back
we
to
are doing something fucking different, all right?
The Last
um,
Word.
yeah, the last word. All right. So
I,
to proper, hey, hold, pause. All right. Look, we're already
intro.
off to a bad foot. Intro. Oh God. All right. So
This
if
is
you guys
how
saw
it's
that
gonna be.
update video, the thing where I mentioned, yeah, there was a recording of us talking about a podcast
There
that never went
was.
up because there were audio issues.
Yeah, I had some slight audio issues on my end. I don't know what happened to my OBS recording, but it was just like, no, not today. I was just okay, cool. Because
But
I
yeah,
went to post it the next day, and it's just like, nah. I was like, okay, whatever.
see, I wondered what happened because I know I made like a joke and I was like, wait, shit, that's a fucking horrible joke. And then you were like, yeah, that was horrible. I'm still gonna post it. And I'm like, oh God, here it goes. But
Yeah.
like, but thankfully, I guess the Cosmos fucking corrected that shit.
I
But I
guess it
think it's
kind
just
of
because
did.
that would have been a terrible like first episode. Plus, we were playing Smash.
Yeah, we weren't really
But
focused on anything, which I mean, we never are.
no,
So,
never.
it's
Absolutely
just
never. You've seen my videos. You've seen
I've
his
seen his
videos.
videos.
Yeah, he's seen my videos.
I know him
Oh, jeez,
in real
you all
life.
have. If you're watching this, you've all seen my videos, and I
Exactly.
apologize.
Me
You know
too.
what my most viewed video is,
I
and
feel
I'm
sorry
not
for you
sorry for
guys.
it.
I'm just kidding.
But to properly start this off,
Yeah.
welcome everybody to our podcast, The Last
Oh,
Word. Very much in line with us. Anytime you've seen us together in a video, we do not tend to shut up.
no,
We
we
tend to
can't.
ramble on and on and on and on and on.
Oh, yeah.
And Caleb was also very adamant about theming the podcast around that aspect.
I
So
was.
we have the last word. It ties in my
Mm.
ghosty shit. It ties in the fact that we can't fucking shut up.
You'll
And
the more you listen to this and the more you hear these podcasts, you'll 100% understand that
oh yeah, most
aspect.
definitely.
So,
But welcome to the podcast.
welcome.
And we genuinely did barely fucking prepared for this. Fucking
Yeah,
Caleb
I
hit
threw
me
it
up
on
earlier.
him.
Yeah, he was just like, "So we're doing this at 8 today, right?" I'm like, "Motherfucker, you didn't tell me shit about this."
I know that's how I work.
I know this is improper to ask, but fucking, do I sound loud?
No, you
Am
sound
I
fine.
okay?
Yeah, no, you sound good on my end.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, we'll find out in the recording if I'm loud.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah, no,
oh
you're
well.
fine. You
Good
sound
viewers
perfectly
or
fine.
listeners or whatever, you should be used to this by now. Anyway, to start things off, the fucking Caleb hit the music.
Hit the music. Hitting music.
Get some. Let's get this kind of.
There we go. Now it's gonna
there we go.
be so basically the other than
Hold on. Wait,
huh?
you did make sure this isn't something that'll get copyright claimed, right?
I think so. It's not by anyone.
Oh,
Yeah, it's just
what do you
like
mean it's?
coffee shop music.
What do you mean it's not by anyone?
Or I mean, it's not like how do you say that? It's like cafe music, background music channel.
Won't
I'll
they
link them
copyright?
down, I'll link them down
Okay.
in the description for who we're listening to for you guys as well. And if something does happen,
Like I
hopefully
said,
not.
we're professionals.
Very.
But yeah, no, I guess to start things off, because also if you're, regardless of whose channel, or well, sorry, depending on whose channel you're watching this on, you'll probably notice that our videos are different. And instead of being smart people and making a new channel, we're just posting these to our separate channels and gonna get pissed about who has more views later.
Or, well, I was gonna say we could.
we could make a separate channel.
Yeah, eventually.
But at the same time,
At the same time, I think this would work for the time being.
yeah,
Until we get some traction, and all that kind of stuff. Then we can go from there. See
Because
what we
in
think,
my
see how we
opinion,
feel.
in my opinion, this way works better.
Yeah.
Because then there are technically 2 videos. I mean, they're the same damn content unless one of us edits our shit down without telling the other. But like,
he's talking about.
I don't plan on editing this shit. I plan on just uploading this fucker raw.
Yeah.
And then waiting all fucking day for it to do so.
So my kind of plan. So for what I want to do, it's it's Tuesday night right now. It's not normally going to be recorded on a Tuesday night. Probably Mondays might be a little bit better.
I would say most definitely Mondays.
But for sure, what I want to do and what I'm planning on doing is every week, I want one of these posted on Wednesday by noon. That way you guys have, you can expect when the next one's going to be coming out. You can expect our chaos every single week and hopefully not get tired of it. You have something to look forward in the middle of the monotonous week, something to break up the monotony, and just go in there and have some fun.
Does this mean that I don't have to actually go out of my way to record shit? No. Because here's the thing, I still have to record my end of this shit.
Yeah.
Even though it's not like 2 separate things of audio.
Mm-hmm.
It's 2 fucking separate videos with different backgrounds.
Exactly. So you got his perspective, you got my perspective.
That have the same damn audio, basically.
Exact same audio.
It's just 2 different backgrounds. Exactly. And it's like, whose brick wall do you like more?
You like my brick wall or you like his brick wall?
Fucking... The fact that literally minutes before starting this, I had the genius idea, because we were like, what are we gonna do for the background of this? It's like,
I was like, wait,
a brick wall.
I didn't even have a background.
I was like, we could do brick wall, and I didn't even think to like try and make sure we got the same one, because like I was like, yeah, brick wall, and then I saw one with this wood floor, and I was like, oh, then I could put the fucking title at the bottom, and it's just like, fucking. It was like, yeah, this is nice. And I look over at his like screen share on Discord, and I'm like, oh, your brick wall's better than mine. Because the red makes everything pop out more.
Yeah, that's like, it's got that nice red darkness around it, just right in the middle. I love it.
Now, I will say that, like, I still very much think
but you went out
that the train has fucking derailed. Holy shit. I could not figure out where the fuck I was going with that.
We were on a train? I didn't even know we were on the train.
No, like my train of thought just fucking went away.
Okay,
and
so
I was just like,
I got you. I'll start on
but yeah, no, so, look, we could just start on topic.
The biggest topic, 10 minutes into the video.
Yep.
So what we're talking about today is actually going to be something that's been, just came out about a month ago or so. A little over a month at this point. Tears of the Kingdom, as you can see on the video and in the title, all that kind of good stuff. But I wanted to... Hi there, buddy. I wanted to come in here, have a couple different perspectives on... how the game's been going, because you're gonna have my perspective, who has nearly 100+ hours in the game, and then you got Alakay's or Ghost's perspective.
I still haven't fucking gotten past, like, I've gotten the first fucking temple done, and I just fucking fucked around, and that's it.
So you got someone who's basically still brand new to the game, and
yeah, I still need to sit down and play it. Like, that could have been something I could have done today. And instead, I was just like, no. Like, it actually, look, my brother got me this fucking blackout curtain, and it makes it pitch black in my fucking room.
Nice.
And it is so goddamn hard to stay awake.
Oh, I don't blame you. Yeah, no, when it gets nice and dark in there, I'm just like, I'm out.
Yeah, no, like...
100%.
I did not even realize the difference that it fucking made.
Oh, it's huge.
Until I had this fucking curtain, because I was just fucking gone.
Yeah. Like, that's what I got in my office, and like it's so nice keeping everything out.
Though I will say, even though I've not played much of Tears of the Kingdom, I have been looking up like videos to keep things in mind.
Yeah.
And like like today I watched Austin John break down all the fucking the combinable weapon things or whatever.
Nice.
And
nice.
I am most excited to try out the B stick.
Bee stick is actually very interesting. Whenever you attach it and then you swing and the bees come swarming out.
I'm fucking
nice.
hyped. Also, like I hadn't even thought of the because I always forget that the elemental. Oh, I was confused. The music stopped for a second. Anyway, I also I keep forgetting that the elemental stuff does elemental like
stuff.
Things. Yeah. Elemental stuff does elemental stuff. But like the Lizalfos but like I found out that the Lizalfos tails like did the whip thing. I'm like, oh, that's actually cool. I actually really like that. That'll keep fuckers away from me. But I didn't think about, oh, if I get the elemental ones, that's like a combo of things. It's basically letting me do magic and melee at the same fucking time.
Oh yeah.
And I fucking love that shit. Cause like I also hadn't thought of like, because I also was just like, well, I don't even know what all to do. Like I hadn't even thought of bothering with the dragons that fly around until I need them for like armor upgrades or whatever. But then I saw that there's literally one particular dragon has parts that when you make weapons out of it, it's like Drain Punch.
Yeah. It's the light dragon.
Yes,
or
it heals
if you know who it actually is.
Don't spoil shit.
I'm not saying anything, but like if you know who it is, let me know down in the comments.
I will.
Let me know, not him.
I will spill your cheese puffs. I will dump your G Fuel. But yeah, no, like I am actually incredibly excited about that. Not about having to hunt down that dragon, because I struggled with that. I struggled with, because I always knew how and where to find them.
Yeah.
It was just getting up to them.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
But in this game, it makes it a little easier.
Have you?
Just because you can drop down from the sky. I'm pretty sure. Because, like, I will say, even though I've not made a lot of story progress, I have been running around and, like, I've been trying to get shrines, and I've been trying to get towers, and I've been trying to get armor.
Yeah.
And weapons and stuff. Like, I've also kept in mind locations of where certain things are so I can combine them with my weapon again later.
Oh, yeah.
Like the spike ball that's at that one camp. Because I ran into that camp, and then I saw that video. I'm like, I've been there. I was also like, I didn't even think, or no, I think I did combine it with a weapon. I was like, ooh, this good. But like it broke later, and I was just like, oh well. But I didn't think of like going back and getting it again because I didn't think about the fact of stuff respawning.
Oh yeah.
But like I've just the sheer custom ability of this game, and just how much you can do with it. People are making computers in this game, by the way. Like, which in my head, like a few days before I saw a post about that, I was like, someone's gonna pull a Minecraft and start making working computers in Tears of the Kingdom, and it fucking happened. It's like I manifested it. I was like, if you let people have enough freedom, they will eventually just go back to making computers. It happens in any game that has that kind of freedom, and I absolutely love it. But like seeing all this stuff you can do, like I've not even done Terrytown. Like I know you can get a house and stuff like that, but I haven't done any of that yet. Like I haven't done a lot of shit.
So like there, you know, you got all that kind of stuff you can do. Along with that, now that's kind of what I did for all this time. I'm at like 80 something shrines completed roughly, and I still have so many more to go. But like being able to get your own house and that kind of stuff, it's so much fun. And you can go in there. It's not like how it was back in Breath of the Wild. If you
I saw someone complain about not having windows.
Huh. I never thought of that.
They're like, I like that you can customize your house and all, but why can't I have windows?
Now I know you can have doors, but I didn't even think about not having a window. That's
Yeah.
fairly interesting.
If they make a third game in the same fucking thing, which I doubt they'll do, I feel like Tears of the Kingdom basically wraps it up, much like how I guess you could say Majora's Mask kind of wraps up one of the endings.
Kinda, yeah. Like I think if anything, they'll probably do some DLC.
Well, obviously
And,
they're
you know,
going to do
go from there.
DLC.
Yeah, because the DLC for Breath of the Wild was huge.
Look, add the Master Cycle, make it to where you can put things onto the Master Cycle. Just let me put wings on the Master Cycle and let me fucking be. I will just fly around like I have that thing in GTA that I don't will actually have in GTA, but I've seen people have it and
Talking
it
about
looks
the
cool.
oppressor?
The flyer bike,
Yeah.
Like just fly around on my mechanical horse.
And just
Which,
have a grand old
speaking of
time.
horses, my god, are they fucking worthless? Like they're only good for doing the fucking Korok quests and shit.
Yeah,
And
I
that's
mean,
really it.
even after that, like a little bit later on, or you know, at the beginning, whenever you decide to make it, you can make your hover bike. Now I can still go in and probably do a little bit of tweaking and adjustments
Dude.
on my hover bike to where I can't
ever get
carry
that
the
fucker right.
Koroks. So one tip, if you was struggling to create things, keeping them upright, stakes. Take a stake, throw it in the ground.
That's fair. I
and
hadn't
then
thought
you can
about
connect
using
things
stakes
to it. I didn't either
make
for the
that
longest
easier.
time. I don't remember whose video I saw first.
I always forget the stakes are a thing, but
Mhm.
so many people use them for so many things. That's part of how they someone like
Made
found a way.
music.
They found out a way to make music and started playing Megalovania.
Yes.
And I'm like, God damn it! It always comes back to fucking memes.
Oh yeah, that's how it's always gonna be. Yeah, it's just,
I'm surprised we haven't seen someone make Sans, or they probably can't because of the connection limitation to where you can't fuse so many things together.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
seen
they
some-
would have made them already.
Oh yeah. Like I've seen some crazy things fused together. Like I saw this one the other day. It
Mm.
was excuse me, there was some boat that I guess you can get on, and they took it, connected some stuff to it, connected some cannons. I don't know if it had like some kind of wings or whatever. It was just flying a boat. You know, it was just like, oh, okay, that's cool.
That's fucking great.
Yeah. I was like, I want to do that. Where's this boat at? I need this boat in my life now.
Because I think I think I saw that same video.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I saw it. I'm like, is that a fucking boat? Just a regular ass boat?
Yeah, I was just.
And I was like, I don't know where that fucker is, but that's cool.
Mm-hmm. Especially using like, I love the cannons. They are so much fun to use. Have you used the cannons much yet, or have you found the cannons?
I think I've mostly just had cannons used against me.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, no.
So
or fuckers firing like rocket arrows at me, and I'm like,
oh yeah.
fucking stop. They always miss because they fly too damn fast, and so they don't actually fucking have any room for correction.
Yeah. Now, instead of like the rocket arrows, I prefer like either Keese wings or the Gleeok wings, depending on what you're fighting. I mean, both of those give them like
those give you literally the same effect of like speed, but like you don't even have to worry about it.
Exactly.
Or if you're smart, you just use key size.
Oh yeah, especially whenever you start fighting
Dude,
Gleeoks. Wonderful.
Like from what I've experienced, I fought because like I don't know if you found it yet, but underneath the base area back at the where Pura is.
Yeah.
Down in that cave, there's a cave system or some shit.
Yep. I found that.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's like a cave system, and it's past the bargainer statue, right, or whatever he is, the guy that trades hearts and stamina wheels.
Yeah.
But in that cave, at the very bottom is a buried Hinox skeleton, and once you finally unearth that thing from the rocks, it wakes up and fights you.
Oh yeah.
Or it's, the Stolnox, that's what it is.
Mhm.
And I found out in that fight how valuable elemental key size are.
Oh, they are so nice to
Like
have.
it took like I think maybe 1 or 2 elemental key size just to make it drop its eyeball,
Yeah.
and then it was like absolutely like I had to actually go fucking hit the eye because
Mhm.
the key size keep going for the forehead.
Oh.
Because I think it's like, oh, I have to go for the horn, and I'm like, I mean, that's a crit point, I guess, but
Yeah.
not the crit point that matters.
Not the one that we need.
But yeah, no, it clears Stolnox's, and I'm fairly sure it would have the same effect on Hinox.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
And
it's absolutely wonderful.
and knowing that, like, I feel like that's the way to handle like the bigger, scarier enemies. But like,
Mhm.
I plan on making a thing to handle Lionel's,
Oh yeah,
and that's literally just going to be a laser cage.
I've seen
Because
that.
I've seen it. I've seen it. It's like they basically make a giant fucking butterfly net
Yeah.
and go, gah! Because like, there's one thing that I plan on using whenever I go into the depths and finally pursue getting Majora's Mask,
Hmm.
and that is basically take a sled, then have another sled and make like an acute angle with them.
Okay.
And then you put a stake on the back end of that, not the point end, but the open end.
The other end.
Yeah, so you can stick it into the wall,
Okay.
and you put lasers on the point end that will point down, and then basically activate the whole like tournament thing, ascend up into the acute angle thing, activate it, and just let the Lionels run up underneath you and die to lasers.
But what about the ones with armor?
I'll put cannons on that bitch.
Okay. Okay. That'll work too.
Because the original plan I was gonna do was this thing that took up more items
Mm-hmm.
that used cannons and like a
Gotcha.
computer head
Oh yeah.
to command the cannons or whatever.
Yeah. The Zonai, the construct head.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I still have only found just very few of those.
Don't think I've found the distribution, the gachapon that gives you it.
Gotcha. Which thankfully, once you max out your battery, both times, because you've got one bar and then you go through and you max it out basically a whole another time. You can go to, I think it's any of the constructs or steward constructs that you can exchange your stuff for, and you can exchange it for Zonai devices that you have found already for very cheap. Which actually, while I'm thinking of that, let me look and see. That way I can give you an exact price of how much they are. Let's see here.
It's gotta be about tree fitty.
About tree fitty. Probably. Oh shit, that's the wrong one. Oh well. I'll make my way to it anyways. But yeah, that's something that which I mean, granted, seeing how many seeing how many or how much Zonite it was going to take to do that, I did use the duplication glitch just on my large Zonite, and that way I could get that maxed out. And
no,
so
cheater.
No, it's not cheating.
It is.
Nah.
Look, man.
So okay,
You're
cheating,
using a glitch.
It's a glitch. Yeah.
It's not It's not an intentional function. The developers never intended you to use it.
No, they don't have to.
The developers didn't intentionally put that in the game. Could you imagine though, actually, if the developers were like, "We're gonna put in the secret function"?
What if they actually did, and they were like, "Okay, so too many people are finding out about it. Let's get it out now. Like, let's take it out." Because they did. It took them a little bit, but they finally took it out.
Yeah, but there's other glitches that haven't even been dealt with.
Oh yeah, I know. There's still plenty in the game plenty of glitches in the game. But no, the whole thing with that. So yeah, I get it. Developer didn't intend, quote unquote, for that to happen, but it was still in the game at launch. I didn't go in there, use any kind of third-party software. So it was already in the code. It's already in the game. And I just exploited that glitch.
The amount of copium this man has.
So, therefore, it's not cheating.
Sir.
Because it's actually in the game, and I didn't go in there and hack my Switch and give myself $999 of everything.
Because it's one thing to like hack.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I hacked this, and that's like, yep, hands down, definite cheating.
Yeah.
But then there's like, I exploited this literal in-game fault issue that's not supposed to be there.
Exactly.
Much like how like anything you would hack isn't supposed to be there.
True.
But
to an extent.
But like honestly though, like at the end of the day, it's just whatever. It's basically just, it's no different. In my opinion, it's kind of like no different from a lot of the shit you see people do with like without modded Skyrim.
Oh, exactly.
It's like going to the but even then, like, it's still like, it's not like you're taking advantage of a glitch even in that aspect. Well, no, hold on, I'm trying to think of my example because it's been a hot minute since I've played. Okay, so like what I'm thinking of is a glitch, I'm pretty sure. It's like where people will basically give themselves infinite resources from the Whiterun Skyforge.
I'm going to be honest, I never played Skyrim.
You're shitting me.
I tried it, and it wasn't for me.
That's surprising.
Yeah.
Because, like, it's really crazy to think of, like, anybody, especially among my friends, that just didn't play or just didn't like. I can understand playing and not liking, which you essentially did try it.
I did,
and you just didn't like it.
Yeah, it
but
just,
like,
I don't know, something
like,
about it.
It's just weird to think of someone not not playing it ever. Which I have heard people be like, oh yeah, no, I've never played Skyrim.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, that's bewildering because that fucker's come out like
it's
20
everywhere.
times.
Yeah.
It's come out 20 times. It's on every system. Eventually, you'll be able to play Skyrim on your fucking toilet.
Yeah, like you already can.
I mean, technically, you can with a Switch or yeah. Technically, you can already fucking do that.
Oh yeah.
But it's just like you can play it literally on your toilet. You just pull up your toilet, open up the tank, and then boom, there's Skyrim in your toilet tank.
Now, I am excited for Starfield. That one. I'm
don't get me started. That looks very exciting. My brother's like, he's very mixed on it because he feels like it's one of those games that, they're not even close to done with it.
Yeah.
And so like they're gonna hype it up for years and then it's gonna have a shit launch.
And see, that's what I'm hoping doesn't happen. Because, I mean, yes, they can go in and, guarantee all these things before launch, Because there was one thing I saw that Bethesda, I think, tweeted out, or someone that works at Bethesda, saying that Starfield will be at launch, or it will launch with the least amount of glitches in any Bethesda game beforehand.
That's cap.
So it's still gonna have glitches, obviously. It's a Bethesda game.
I was about to say that's
Bethesda
cap.
Game is always gonna have glitches, but with them stating it's going to have the least amount, that's still
that's over ambitious. And I'm just gonna say right now, because part of what Joshua was saying, my brother, he was saying that that if anything, people shouldn't pre-order.
Yeah, no, I'm not pre-ordering. It's on Game Pass, so I'm just gonna play it on there.
Right. Which honestly, Game Pass, in my opinion, genuinely kind of fucks over pre-orders. I'm still surprised Lee said he was pre-ordering Payday 3.
Honestly, Sam, like I
But
don't know how
but
much I'm
I
gonna
can
play it.
well, he's not that he was pre-ordering, but more so that he was just paying for the pricier packages.
Oh, I gotcha.
But he's just that big of a Payday fan.
Yeah,
But like,
which that's another game we need to play. I've got Payday 2 on Epic because I got it
Oh,
for
so-
free.
well, I don't have it on Epic Game Store. I'm pretty sure I do have PC Payday though,
Oh, okay. I
like
gotcha.
Payday 2.
Yeah, Payday 2.
But
It's another one.
but
we
the
need
thing
to
is
play.
though, on the whole idea of like pre-orders, because like I
Mhm.
heard, I don't know if it was Joshua himself that was talking about it, or if it was just somebody else, but they were saying that when it comes to video games, you should never pre-order, because if you pre-order the game, then it removes any obligations by the company to actually put any effort into it, because then they make all their sales off of it and everything, because
Yeah.
off of pre-orders. Because say, everybody that like a million, they're like, okay, we need 1 million people to pay to buy this game to make a profit off of it. And
Mhm.
you get, or like, it's like, oh, this game costs 1 million to make, to cut even, we need 1 million people to buy it.
Yeah.
Even though I know that's not 1-to-1 with how things would be,
Oh,
but
yeah,
like
no, for
it's
sure.
like we need 1 million people to buy it, and so they have like 2 million people pre-order, so they've made like twice over.
Oh shoot, yeah. Like no, if you
And then
look
so
at it and
they
charge
have that kind of metric, right?
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, like by the first fucking announcement of a game that has years to be worked on, and you already make all your profits, well, why the fuck should you even bother at that point?
Oh
Like,
yeah.
rush the game out. Here's that game you paid for.
And here's all the glitches.
Right. Here's all the
And-
glitches. Here's all the problems. Here's all the unfinished stuff. And it's
Mhm.
just this thing of, you have a greedy developer that rushes a game out just because they already got paid for making it.
Yeah. And, that
In
does
my
make-
opinion, essentially the reason why we saw Cyberpunk release the way it did.
that was 100% because of the greedy corporate what are they called? They're bosses. Basically the
CEO.
ones that pushed it out. The CEO, yeah.
Yeah.
They went in there.
Which-
Even the employees were like, this game isn't ready, and they're like, I don't care, push it out, it's going. It's like, oh,
And that's
okay.
stupid. Like,
Yeah.
you would think that, like, if someone's like, hey, it's not ready, you'd be like, oh, well, shit, my bad, get it done.
Yeah, and they didn't.
But
They
no,
were just
that's
nah.
like, it's like CEO walks in, it's like, I want my chicken. And it's like, sir, the chicken's not even cooked yet.
Yeah,
It's
too
like,
bad.
well, put it on my plate. And it's like,
You said so.
you wouldn't eat raw chicken.
Apparently the CEO
That's how-
would.
Look, I'm pretty damn sure most CEOs are eating raw chicken. It would explain their fucking decisions and mental state, like that. Because Joshua was telling you about the fucking dude from the Intel, or no, was it
The
the Intel or Nvidia? The Nvidia keynote.
Oh yeah, that was
Just that dude, like, he showed me a few clips of that, and I'm like, this man is literally falling for the fucking fad that is AI right now.
Oh yeah,
Because especially since you see it everywhere, you're like, oh shit, this is a fad, a technology fad, much like how VR was a tech fad about 2016, because it was starting up, because
Oh,
AI
yeah.
is getting its jump start.
Mm-hmm.
Like and then VR calmed down a bit, but it still kept going.
Oh yeah,
Is the great thing about that. VR didn't just die out, it kept going. And then you
Yeah.
got fucking Apple over here trying to do shit with augmented reality. Though I did see a TikTok that I thought was pretty cool, where someone basically was playing SAO, or a simulation of SAO's combat in augmented reality outside, like in a field.
Yeah, I think I saw something about that.
Yeah,
I think I
Lee
saw
sent me
video,
that one.
actually.
Yeah, Lee sent me that one.
Yeah,
And I thought that was actually really, really cool. And that's the only time I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't be fucked up about augmented reality. But I'm like, hell, I'm gonna buy fucking Apple's dumb shit.
so freaking expensive.
The fucking expensive
Oh, my
ass
word.
augmented reality headset. No thanks.
Like, yes, it looks nice, but it's not $3,500 nice at base
Yeah,
price.
no. Oh god, I didn't even see that it was 3,500.
I'm fairly certain
Oh
it wasn't.
no.
Let me pull it
Yeah,
up. I'm gonna
that
pull up
sounds
after.
right. I think I saw a Linus Tech Tip video that was going over it.
Let's see.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is.
Vision
Oh
Pro.
god,
Where
it's
are you
awful.
at?
But yeah, no. So like, genuinely, the the whole fucking AI fad thing though was just this. It's a clear fad, and people are playing around with it in different ways. But this is good for technological advancement.
Yeah.
We want to see this get played with. That's why we're seeing people play with it with AI voiceover stuff, AI
Mhm.
video creation, and all kinds of stuff. Yes, it's good, but damn it, stop trying to market off of it. Like, because I'll be real here. Do I find the fucking videos of like, oh, Squidward singing fucking California Girls or some shit like that? Yes, that shit's fucking funny. And
Those
it's
are great.
also impressive
Yeah.
to see exactly how that kind of stuff goes.
Oh yeah.
But genuinely, it's one thing to have that kind of stuff, and then it's a whole nother thing to just use it completely like an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
everything.
because like there was one thing that speaking of Nvidia that they were talking about.
Yeah.
I think it was with the 40 series of cards. Whenever they
Yeah.
were coming out, they were talking about some older games. Like the one they mentioned specifically was Oblivion, and how the 40 series cards were going to be able to use like some kind of AI upscaling technology to basically remaster the game with AI.
Ew.
And it actually looked really good for what it did and what it was.
See, hearing that
but-
though, like especially in the way you put it, of like
Yeah.
remastering a game
That's technically
yeah,
what it came
to where
across
you
as.
take base release date Oblivion, right?
Mhm.
And you put it, you load it up on your computer, and your like graphics card upscales it to look better
Yeah.
using an AI. Like that is.
Or no,
it
no,
sounds
it wasn't Oblivion. It was Morrowind. Sorry.
Morrowind. Okay, an
Yeah.
even better example because that.
Oh yeah.
Oof. But but the thing is that is incredibly impressive because
Yeah.
it's like, oh, you have this old ass game
Mhm.
that clearly shows its age, which to me, in my opinion, I have never been impressed by any of those like HD remasters because they look the goddamn same.
Yeah.
It just
Except
usually
for Final Fantasy.
Okay, Final Fantasy is a remake. That is a remake.
Very true, but yeah.
Like because
Completely
I will because that's the thing. You can't use examples like
like of remakes.
the Final Fantasy remakes or the Kingdom Hearts remakes or anything
Mhm.
like that because there have been remakes of or remixes rather
Yeah.
of the Kingdom Hearts games, like the 1.5, 2.5 and all that.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
are remixes. They had to rebuild Kingdom Hearts 1 from fucking scratch
Mhm.
and everything. So like, and they chose to just make it in the same graphical style.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, I like that. That's cool. Like, I hate the fact that they had to fucking do that all over again
Yeah.
because that sucks. But still, the idea of you can take this game that is clearly dated, does not look good by today's standards, putting all like nostalgia and stuff aside,
Mhm.
and all you have to do is load up this old game and it upscales it to look better, quote unquote look better, because
Yeah.
like I said, I personally have never noticed any kind of difference with the HD like remasters because I'm like, this looks like that same old game. If anything, it just I don't fully think I'm processing or understanding it right, because
Yeah,
it's like because like when they say, oh, it's a like it's HD. You mean it's the same shitty like polygons, just they
Just
look
an HD.
clearer? Because like if that's the case, why would I want to see the shitty polygons better?
Which, like,
Like keep it in the shittier resolution, so that way they at least, I look at these polygons, it's like, oh hey, here's a blurry ass polygon.
mhm.
The blur makes it look more believable.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, that doesn't look like a fucking Rubik's Cube looking ass fucking Laura Croft. That looks like an actual person. I'm exaggerating, of course, but
Oh
still,
yeah, no, for sure.
like, the idea is interesting, but from my understanding, like, if it was like, it sounds like it's trying to create something from nothing in that regard. Because it's not like it's because, to quote Full Metal Alchemist, like, equivalent, or well, it's not an exact quote, but still, equivalent exchange has to be had. You can't just take something that looks like ass and then make it look good just because you made it. It's basically like polishing a turd.
I mean, basically, you do have the equivalent exchange of your wallet because you are needing.
Oh yeah,
I'm
sorry.
Or an RTX 40 series card.
I'm sorry. You're right.
That's the
I
equivalent
exchanged my
exchange
wallet.
right
Oh hi, Blue. Buddy.
That's technically your equivalent exchange right now.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
it's
But-
you have the equivalent of exchange of, you get this stupid ass AI graphics card
like,
in exchange for your wallet, your keys, your
life,
kidneys, your first child, and half of your soul.
Yeah.
Because you already sold half of that soul, if not your entire soul, to the devil when you decided to make a purchase of an Nvidia product. And I can say that with absolute confidence too, because like I don't have anything Nvidia in my computer, I'm pretty sure.
No, yeah.
Like my brother made sure of it. Like he has a disdain for Nvidia, and I'm like, you know what? I stand by you in that regard, especially since you've explained these things to me.
Yeah.
But like, genuinely, it's seeing him in that video up on stage and just with the shit he was saying, the shit he was showing off, and he's like, oh yeah, AI and shit like that, and the stupid ass fucking song, and just like it just echoes the same poor fucking idiotic fucking dumb shit that the guys from Diablo were doing a couple of years ago. Being all like, you guys don't have phones?
Have cell phones? What are
It's like, you guys don't have cell phones? Well, congratulations, you don't have any fucking consumer base anymore. Which I'm surprised they didn't have. Like, I feel like the whole fucking release of Diablo 4 has saved their asses. I'm surprised I haven't heard people saying, like, reporting any kind of like issues with Diablo 4.
So, on the topic of Diablo 4.
Yeah.
Well, let's just okay. There's been some drama. Regarding developers. There was something I just briefly saw something about on Twitter that had to do with some Bungie developers and Blizzard developers, and I don't remember which one was saying which was like lazy for doing this or lazy progression. I think it was a Bungie developer that said something about Diablo 4 having lazy character progression or something like that. I don't remember exactly. Don't quote me on that. But there was something along those lines, which, I mean, to an extent, I can kind of agree with, because you're going to go in there with a full price $70 above full price $70 game,
Which,
with
that
a
alone is just fucking dumb.
hefty, and I mean hefty microtransaction store for cosmetics that you can't even see while you're playing because your character is a little tiny guy on the screen. And what are these $20 boots going to look like when I can't even see what my character is doing half the time? I mean, honestly,
Right.
it makes absolutely no sense. Now,
See, that, like, to kind of go off of that, like,
Yeah.
that just frustrates the hell out of me.
oh
Like,
yeah,
because here's the thing, you charge $70 for your fucking game. I get it,
Mhm.
inflation, whatever. You can use that as an excuse. I feel like in a couple years, we'll just be like,
It's normal.
$70. Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll normalize and we'll be over it.
Yeah,
Even though Payday 3 is being a bunch of chads releasing a game at 40
Mhm.
and is being released at $40
yeah,
on fucking on the base game, and the two, like, the, what is it, the $70 and the $90 versions are just with extra little dumb shit that's just cosmetic anyway.
I think so. I'll look at
Yeah,
the page while
and
you're talking
it's
about
like, yeah,
that.
it's like cosmetics and early release
Yeah,
and everything, and so, like, or early gameplay.
yeah, 3 days early.
Yeah.
Season pass for
Yeah, and it's
1
stuff like that.
year.
Which,
Yeah.
like, see, that's how you handle that shit.
Oh yeah.
Like, genuinely, because you know that, you're dealing with people that, we're in a fucking hard time right now where
Yeah.
prices are going up and shit's not as affordable. And if you're smart, you would release a game that's more affordable, especially if you have ways of making money off the game in game with microtransactions, which
Yep.
Payday has with
Oh
that
yeah, for sure.
battle pass. Like, when I heard there was a battle pass, I'm like, oh geez. But I was told that, Payday 2 had a battle pass, and I was like, oh well, I just didn't even fucking know.
Yeah, I never really.
Yeah.
I don't even think I had touched Payday 2.
Yeah, but, like, essentially, with that in mind, like, Payday's a first-person shooter. It makes sense for them to have in-game transaction things
Yeah.
for cosmetics, because cosmetics are a big thing. So that I can excuse.
Yeah.
But for a game like Diablo, where you're literally looking at an ant
Basically.
in terms of your player character, there's no need for them to have, for one, to even really have customization of your fucking character, unless you could just zoom the fuck in.
Yeah.
But, like
some
'cause that's the thing.
customization with your armor makes sense, but to go
Yeah.
in there and have your transmog that you can't even see half the time, like what?
Right. It's just like
Makes no sense.
it's frustrating.
They kind of go off and pander to what they call, the whales, which is what they did in Diablo Immortal. Which
that
to
was
make
a
their
fucking
money.
mobile game.
Exactly. Yeah. But they expect to make their a ton of money off of these so-called whales that go in there and spend hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah,
on
and in my opinion,
microtransactions.
or it's barely even an opinion. I'm gonna just state this as a fact. If you make a game strictly for the sake of exploiting anybody,
Mm-hmm.
you're fucking horrible.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, like, a mobile game, it's like, yeah, that's a fucking mobile game. Like,
That one
it's
makes
gonna have
a little more
that
sense.
yeah, it makes a little more sense, even though it's still shitty.
It is.
But,
It
like,
is.
mobile games are strictly microtransactions. It's
Mhm.
how they make money, especially if it's a free release game.
Oh yeah, that and ads.
That's how-
about it.
Because, like, anything that is a free release like that, that's how you make money off of it.
Yeah.
So you just release it for free, have microtransactions, have daily, like, limits of, like, you've hit the limit of, like, 20 energy cores today. Would you like to buy an energy core pack for, like, $1 so you can continue playing for, like, an hour? And that like, that kind of thing, that's how they make their money. They
Yeah.
basically, I mean, granted, it's, exploiting the weak-willed individual that's like, I want to play more of
I
this
can't stop
shitty
playing,
mobile
yeah.
game. Yeah, because that's the thing. Like, and that's part of, genuinely, I can't get into mobile games.
Yeah.
I really can't. Like, I've tried with so many over the years. Recently, like, I thought I could get into Nikkei, and I was just like, I can't even really stay into this. mainly because the appeal for me is it has to be like a collector kind of thing.
Yeah.
So like, me always roping back to Pokemon, I like collector things.
Oh yeah, for sure.
With mobile games especially, I like to try and play stuff that's like a card style thing. So it's like I have
Like
all these characters.
Hearthstone.
Well, not even that. I actually don't like Hearthstone.
Oh, okay.
Like I tried Hearthstone. I'm talking about like here's a card with a character on it, and that's basically more or less how we represent how you're collecting these characters. Or with
Yeah.
Nikkei, it's like you have these robot chicks or whatever that fight for you because they're defending the fucking planet or whatever.
Yeah.
Or this and that. And so it's like I like the collectible things because it's like, oh, I'm driven to collect all these characters, and then when there's really cool looking ones, it's like, oh, I want that one a lot. But the only mobile game I think I've actually dumped money into, and I say dumped, I don't even mean like I've spent a shit ton on it. I'm meaning I've just actually
Put money
paid
into it.
Yeah, and that's Pokemon Go. And usually that's like, oh shit, I ran out of Pokeballs. $1's not a fucking problem here.
Yeah.
Or the recent one being $5 to get access to a fucking quest that's paywall locked that gives you a free shiny fucking Jirachi at the end. I'll fucking do that. Even though that quest is not a fucking easy one because it wants you to catch 300, or it's like it wants you to collect like or catch like over 100 fucking Pokemon
Wow.
across 3 generations
Jeez.
each.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's a hefty ass thing, but the thing is, I'm pretty sure the mission stays indefinitely after you get it.
Oh, okay. That's
So,
not
like,
too bad then.
Yeah, so eventually I'll have my shiny Jirachi, but like
Yeah.
until then. But the thing is, like, I'm not that kind of person. Like the most I have ever been that person and gotten into that was with Overwatch. And I would spend like $20 on a handful of fucking loot boxes just because I wanted a really cool skin. And then like after a while I was just like I would kind of snap out of it and be like, I genuinely hate the idea of this kind of thing. I'm not going to do this anymore.
Yeah.
Because I really do. I don't like the idea of why should I spend money on something that is literally not a physical thing.
Oh yeah.
Like if I don't benefit from it in any particular way. Because like I swear this should be like one of the last few times I wrote back to Pokemon, but with Pokemon Go and everything, like me spending money to get Pokeballs and catching Pokemon, I can transfer that to my actual Pokemon game.
Yeah, no, for
So
sure.
that's not like, oh, I can give my guy a hat. Literally, what does that do for my
Ooh.
guy other than a hat?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Whereas with the Pokemon thing of, oh, I spent $5 on a quest line. Yeah, it's a difficult quest line, but eventually that will reward me with a very rare, very special Pokemon. And
Mhm.
that to me is something worth your while, especially when you can send that to your games.
Oh yeah.
But like with something like fucking Overwatch, especially since now we have Overwatch 2, fucking Electric Override Boogaloo.
Which is terrible and trash.
Yeah. Even though it looked like they're trying to fucking redeem it.
Yeah,
They
behind
really
a
do
paywall.
look like. Yeah. And then there's a reason Jeff Kaplan left.
Mm-hmm.
Because he saw what they were trying to do. They were ignoring his ass because they were basically telling him, you're the narrator. And that's all that shit was. But like, the thing is, with Overwatch, the part of why I dropped off Overwatch 2 immediately, because, well, one, it's still Overwatch. It's just they took away my skins that I literally paid for.
Well,
at
you
launch.
went to what did you move from like
I did the account,
PS4, you
or
did the account thing?
yeah, I did the account thing, but the thing is, I haven't checked it in a in a few months.
Yeah.
But it had this like stupidly long wait list for the account transfer.
Gotcha.
So even if my account has transferred and I have my skins from Overwatch 1 again, I honestly couldn't care less.
Yeah.
Because don't get me wrong, I like Overwatch as a game. I heavily enjoyed playing it,
Mm-hmm.
even though anytime I drop off it and get back onto it, I was less into it each and every time, mostly because, it got more and more competitive, and they just didn't keep things consistently.
Yeah.
Like, they dropped off so many game modes, and they just kept turning shit into seasonal things, and it just didn't help anything.
Oh,
And it's just, a lot of game developers just don't do things properly. They don't do things in a way that makes any sense. They just need to fucking leave things, like, if they add something and people like it, don't fucking touch it.
yeah. Exactly.
Leave it be. Don't fucking try to bank off of fucking limited edition shit
Mm-hmm.
and everything, like, which that's the thing that pisses me off a lot, is anything that's like, oh, for a limited time only. Yeah, for a limited time only, you'll be getting my fucking middle finger. Like, because genuinely, that shit is just fucking stupid. It's greedy, and it's just fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
And I
You-
just.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Like, I mean, now, whenever it comes to like your microtransactions, all that kind of stuff, I feel, I mean, it's still not the best about it, but it makes sense because it is a free-to-play game. Destiny 2 does a good job with it, to an extent.
Now,
In comparison to how they used to be, because it's them, it's just Bungie. It's not Activision down their backs, trying to make them do stuff that they
but
want
even
to do.
still,
And
Bungie
yeah,
has a bad rep just because of them letting Activision do all that shit.
they do, which, I mean, it makes sense why, because obviously they owned them at that time. So
Yeah.
they kind of had to do what they did, kind of like what Call of Duty does. But I mean, also Call of Duty, if I'm not mistaken, is like
Call of Duty's gone
government-funded.
in the fucking trash can.
Oh yeah.
I don't care how good some of the newer games are, because
Haven't
I've
even
been
touched
told the new Modern Warfares are phenomenal
Yeah.
and everything, but I couldn't care less.
Oh yeah, no, for
Because
sure.
because they're just as bad about the fucking, oh, here's game you had to pay for, but we also put fucking microtransactions into. Like,
Mhm.
because that's the thing, you can have your microtransactions, just
Yeah.
make the game free to justify it.
Exactly.
Because if you're gonna put a paywall behind Battle Pass, if you're gonna put a paywall behind cosmetics, you're gonna put a paywall behind all this stuff that people are going to pay for in mass, and then you're gonna also slap on DLC that's gotta have to be paid for. Like, at least make your game free.
yeah,
Like, the only reason, other than greed, the only reason I could see for companies making their game to where you have to still buy it at launch, or pre-order, or have a pre-order, whatever, and everything. The reason you had to still pay for the game is because they're afraid that they
messed up.
they are all secretly afraid that, what if we actually made a horrible fucking game and
Mhm.
nobody buys it?
Yeah.
And that's the only reason that they actually put a price tag on it and everything. Like, going back to Payday 3, the reason that fucker's base price is $40 is because they're confident.
Oh,
They
yeah.
know they have made a good game. They know they have a loyal fan base, and they know that they can make bank off the game just off of the people that pay for the $40 price tag alone.
Mhm.
Even though that game is also on Game Pass, which is a major fucking threat,
Yeah.
they still were like, hey, yeah, you could go and get it on Game Pass, but you could own it for $40.
Mm-hmm. Which honestly, I'm tempted to just buy it.
Oh, I
whenever
plan
it
on
comes
buying
out.
it. I
Yeah.
plan on buying it.
Like,
Because, like, yeah, Game Pass sounds nice, but I'd rather just fucking own the fucker. Because here's the thing, even though a lot of shit doesn't fucking leave Game Pass, stuff still does.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because what's gonna happen is it's gonna be on Game Pass probably till Christmas, and then when Christmas hits, they're gonna drop, or whenever they do their shift of Game Pass, basically, because they
Mhm.
always drop off a fuck ton of games off Game Pass, and then if not all of them, and then throw some new ones on.
Yeah.
That's how Game Pass works.
Oh yeah.
And
And I mean,
everything,
it's
and
a
so
wonderful idea.
right. I
Like,
mean, it's
love
smart
Game
on their
Pass.
part.
Yeah.
It gets people to buy the Game Pass because I'll be honest, I bought Game Pass recently just because Valheim's on it, and
Oh,
so
yeah.
that way Lee and I can play Valheim
Mm-hmm.
and
Which
everything.
that's another one we need to do a series on.
Oh, yeah,
that whenever
definitely.
he gets his PC up and running and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know? Like
Yeah,
that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, because the thing is, we could continue Valheim through Game
Mhm.
Pass.
Exactly. And like I
And
already
everything.
own it on Steam, so I'm
Yeah,
good there.
same. I already own it on Steam. I'd like to continue on Steam.
Yeah. Which we should be able to. I'm pretty sure it's crossplay.
Yeah. It's not crossplay with Steam.
Not crossplay with it, really.
Yeah, trust me.
Oh.
I looked into it.
Really? That's
It's
weird.
You have to, in order to play with someone on Xbox, you have to play through Game Pass Valheim.
Interesting.
Yeah,
That's really odd. I don't know. I wonder why they did that. That's very odd.
It's money.
Yeah, that makes sense.
money.
Oh,
What
well, that's fine.
the motivation of most fucking
Of
companies
everything,
of
yeah.
everything, just
Money.
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 Hello, I like money.
Money, money, money.
Hello, I like money. But yeah, no, like that is definitely one that we'd need to get into.
Oh, 100%. And then like try and like choose a day, you know, where we can
Yeah.
sit down and
Genuinely.
continue our stuff. And you know, I mean,
Genuinely a task to uphold.
yeah, which is what I'm wanting to do with this with the podcast. You know, I'm wanting
Yeah.
to do it, record something weekly, even if we just ramble, because I don't even know where we are anymore. That's perfectly fine.
Right.
That's how this podcast is going to be. That's why I like it. It's great.
Yeah,
I love it.
That look,
Yeah, no.
look. We are definitely already setting ourselves apart from
Mhm.
everybody else that has a podcast,
Oh,
even
yeah.
Distractable, even fucking Brain Leak, even the Joe Rogan fucking train wreck. Look, I will be honest. I think everybody hypes up Joe Rogan.
Like, there are
Like-
sometimes I like to listen to it, but it's just like this. No,
I
don't
can't
like to listen
stand-
to him. I like to listen to the
I-
other people.
I can understand that, but like
Yeah.
I don't want to give him any of my attention.
Yeah,
like-
I don't blame you.
Johnny's tried showing me Joe Rogan, and he's like, "Oh, he's great. He's funny. He's awesome." And I'm like, I don't like him.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. Like, I'm kind of the same way. Like, I'm not a fan of him. I like the
Right.
people he has on there.
Because like the thing is, I just can't get behind it, and
Yeah.
everybody seems to make fun of him too.
Oh yeah, no. 100%.
And so like, and I'm like, well, what do you expect? The guy kind of comes off as like this. I don't know. He just kind of from what I have seen, he feels like he's trying too hard.
yeah,
And like, I know we kind of ramble and don't make sense, but from what people make him sound like, he's apparently he doesn't make any fucking sense.
oh yeah, no, for sure.
But like, at least for us, like I can say that like, you know, we're staying on brand with our shit.
Yeah,
We're gonna talk about things that we like video games and stuff like that, and like, that's what matters. But
Mhm.
also, let's be real here. We can't fucking stay on topic.
no, we don't know how to do that.
But
we
oh
try,
no,
but
I
it
hear
don't
cats
work.
at the door. Oh no.
Good news. I decided, since you mentioned it, I was able to get my Pokemon Go account back up. So that makes me happy.
Oh my god. Finally.
Yeah, I know. I'm still level 23.
Oh, trust me, I'm not max level either. Like
But
that's the thing.
I was
As
thinking
much as I
wonder.
love Pokemon, like Pokemon Go, like, and that's the thing. Pokemon Go is probably the only mobile game I can say I touch
Yeah.
frequently, and frequently isn't even like
Not frequently.
yeah, because it's like I maybe open it up once a month, if not twice a month,
Yeah.
because like either I'll open it up to check something, or I'll open it up for a community day to get me those sweet easy fucking shinies,
Oh yeah.
or basically like if I know an event is happening, like that's like all the stuff that obviously are supposed to partially get people to play,
Mm-hmm.
I will hop on for. But the thing is, I also don't like going out just to fucking play Pokemon Go.
Oh yeah. No, I don't blame you there.
Partially just because it's just not a fun time. Like, because for one, I do not get on my phone while driving, and most people,
Same.
I'm pretty sure that played Pokemon Go would do so while driving, or like they would slow drive and just like stalk the fucking Pokestops and shit. I would rather just park downtown and walk. But even then,
Same.
I feel so damn awkward because it's just like, because
I
I don't
mean-
think it's actually that much of a thing anymore. But I like after like Pokemon Go died down after that from the when it first came out, you could tell when people could tell when you were playing Pokemon Go, and you
Oh,
could always tell
exactly.
other people were playing Pokemon Go. It's like,
Yeah.
they're walking around with their phone. Are they playing Pokemon Go? Oh yeah, they're playing Pokemon Go. Uh-oh. Look at them. How silly of them, or whatever. It's just like, I don't want to have that awkwardness and
Yeah.
everything, like, because
And I mean that makes sense. But like at
because
the
I
same
had
time, you gotta
there's
just
this one day one
Yeah.
day I pulled up and parked on like a parallel parking spot, not in front of the foundry, but like where the intersection is leading up to it
Oh yeah, yeah.
and everything. So like you have going toward the train track, basically still going that way, but like where that empty lot is, the parking lot or whatever, where they usually set up like a stage for events.
Oh yeah, no, I know what
Yeah,
you're talking
I
about.
parallel parked right next to that.
Yeah. Okay.
And I sat there for a few minutes, and I think people because I think I sat there in my car, and I saw
Mhm.
people inside the foundry looking over at me
Yeah.
and everything. People that I think I knew, and they recognized me,
Mm-hmm.
and they thought I was going to the foundry, but I did not. I just fucking sat there and played Pokemon Go for maybe 30 minutes or 20 to 30 minutes, if not like 10. My perception of time is fucked.
Yeah,
But then
with
like
you.
after that long period of time, especially after accidentally making eye contact a couple times, or no, it wasn't that I sat there, I parked, got out, and so that's where they would have definitely seen me. Walked around the block, not toward the foundry, but away from the foundry, not
Yeah.
intentionally or anything. It's just where
Just
I needed
around
to
the
be.
block, yeah.
Yeah, where I needed to be, there was no parking spaces. And so I was just like,
Gotcha.
I walked over there, did what I could in Pokemon Go, because that's another part of to why I don't, because I have terrible fucking luck in that game. But like, and then I got back in my car and left. And so like, it felt awkward, even though I don't think it was, it probably even was that bad at all.
Yeah.
It was just my perception of it.
That makes sense.
But like, the thing is, and I've mentioned, I don't think I've specified this, but for those listening, the Foundry is like a game shop kind of. It's not like a GameStop or Game Exchange. It's more like you buy like trading cards and shit there, and everything, nerd shit. But yeah, no, like it just, I feel so awkward trying to play that, and with where we live, the weather
It's
never.
terrible.
Yeah, it does not permit having any enjoyable time outside.
Yeah.
Like yesterday was technically nice, but it
Yeah,
still
that is
had
true.
some humidity to the air. I probably shouldn't have been wearing blue jeans, but oh well.
Yeah. I was rather hot. Like,
Oh, I would imagine.
which I was still technically in my work clothes. I had an undershirt, I had my polo on, I had my khakis. I was
Why?
down a little bit.
Why? Like you stopped by your. You sounded like you were even at your house for a hot minute. Why
I
didn't you
was.
change?
Well, I didn't work yesterday, even though I was ready to work.
Oh.
Because we had a repair guy out to fix our oven.
Oh.
And so it took longer than expected. So I just took a holiday pay yesterday.
Gotcha.
And then I fell asleep.
Uh,
But
you called in and passed out.
I was so tired.
But yeah, no.
But yeah.
Again, so to like hard right turn into a topic that I thought of earlier that I mentioned briefly before the podcast. Basically, so earlier I had gotten up and I was like, I'm gonna like make some actual quote actual food. It was like the fucking microwave yakisoba noodles.
Nice.
But it was like the Korean barbecue yakisoba, and
Yeah.
I was basically prepping that up and everything, and I was sitting there thinking about it, and just Korean barbecue made me think, man, Korean barbecue is actually really good. And then it sidewind into fucking, how different would South Korea be if they didn't have their war with North Korea? And like likewise, how differently would the world be without war? Because as an example, so like because I thought of the North South Korea thing, and then I also thought of Japan because of a thing I recently found out. But like the North South Korea thing, I would imagine like if there was no war, would both countries be one? And excuse me, it's like, would both countries be? I mean, obviously, I would figure since there was no war, they would be one country instead of two.
Yeah.
But would they be more like North Korea or South Korea, or would they be a mix to where it just was bland? And so, like, all the fun, interesting, and colorfulness that we see, or at least America perceives as South Korea, as it being one unit, it would just probably be. Would it be this bland place, or would it just feel like not special compared to, or by how we see South Korea, at least? Because I kind of look at South Korea as this very fascinating, special place.
Yeah.
Like, I think of South Korea, I think of it as very colorful and very exciting and having good food and stuff like that. But that's just partially because I compare it to its stark opposite, that is the northern country. But then you take Japan, it's like, oh well, if there was never war, right? If there was never any like war at all in general, and you look at Japan, I found out recently part of why Japan had a huge cultural boom was because of the nukes.
Because they were
America
imperialistic beforehand.
Yeah. And so like that happens, and they have this huge cultural boom. Like if there was never any war, well, granted, if there was never any war, Japan would have still been different from that, because Japan throughout history has just had civil war after civil war after civil war. So it makes you wonder just how different everything would be. Like, would they ever basically, I would imagine, would things have ever truly changed from how they were just so far into the past, and they would things still look that way for them, technology and style wise, or would it be like how things were after the wars? It's like, oh, there aren't any wars, so they're able to flourish. Would they have flourished a lot sooner? Would we have gotten a lot of what we see from them a lot sooner, in terms of like their pop culture and stuff like that?
Yeah,
and
because
everything.
like a lot of their pop culture, a lot of for example, anime, video games, all that.
I was trying so hard not to say anime.
No, it was literally right after World War II that a lot of it started coming out.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of that rise was.
Right. And so like look at that and you just go, would we have gotten anime like super long ago? Just like back, because
I don't
as
know
an
if it would have
example,
been super
Bento,
long
like
ago.
basically after Japan stopped having civil war after civil war, was around the time you start seeing the bento box become popular.
Yeah.
Because people are able to actually, thrive. They're actually able to relax and enjoy themselves and go out and just kind of just sit and have lunch and shit like that and just do shit.
Yeah.
And so you see that, because I found that out from a Loxton video, the Noggin or whatever you want to call him, and everything. And it's just like, with that little bit of information, it's like, oh, if the bento started becoming a popular thing around that point, that would have happened so much further on if war just didn't happen. They would have just been like, oh, peace and all that shit. And then basically the way I see it is most of the cultural advancements I think we would see far earlier on. However, I think technological advancements would basically have never happened. Because you got to think, the reason we have a lot of our technology is because of war. And so you have things like tanks, and I mean mostly military shit, but also stuff like the microwave, cell phones, computers. Like, a lot of our modern technology is due in part to war, if not straight up given to us by war.
Yeah.
And I feel like, because I think on it every now and then lately, but like part of me gets to where I'm thinking, I'm like, I feel like we're not advancing fast enough. And it makes me wonder, are we just overdue for a war? And I'm not talking about that in sense of like, oh, the stuff going on with Russia overseas and all that, and all their stuff that they're doing. I'm saying that more so on the fact of, even though yes, we have these advancements in AI, VR, and stuff like that, I almost feel like we're kind of nearing a stagnant period in technological advancement. And it makes me wonder, do we need another push? Do we need something that's going to cause us to have this push forward, even if it's first pushes us back?
Yeah, no, I could definitely do see that, because there was kind of talking in part with that. There was this one video I watched a while back. I can't remember. I always forget it, but I remember the contents. But it was talking about like, I think it was like an 80-year or so cycle of how things normally progress.
I think you showed me that video.
I think I did. I'm pretty sure I did.
Yeah. Because that's part of what brings that thought process to mind, is that guy talking about this 80-year cycle that is broken into 4 parts, with basically our decade or whatever being where leading up to a war, basically.
Yeah.
A war just before the next reset of a cycle, which will lead into an era of peace, prosperity, and growth. Because we're like basically in that like recession or whatever.
Oh yeah, it's like 4 quadrants, if you could think of it like on a timeline. You've got of 20 years each. Because it's 40 or it's 80 years altogether. So like you've got your, I don't remember if it was like war first. And then like, what was it? I don't remember. But think of it like that. You've got your war, recession, your peace, and then your advancement or something along that line of order in that 80-year time period. And if you look at it, you got World War II dates. You go back and you look at it, 1939. So what is that? 80 years from there. Yeah, 1939.
Don't ask me to do
plus
math. You know
80.
I'm not good at math.
Well, 2019 was technically the 80-year mark from World War II. And so
Yeah.
we've had plenty of wars between them. We've had World War II, we had the Cold War, we had
So
Desert
technically,
Storm, we've
yeah.
had the Korean War.
So the war's
Vietnam.
already happened. We're in the depression, and then so we're leading up to the next like big like happy moment,
I
basically.
think so. I think either big happy moment or advancement or something along those lines. Where we've basically restarted that cycle. And so,
Yeah.
I mean, you got 2019 plus 80 more years, and I mean, that's 2099. We'll probably be dead by then.
Holy shit, Spider-Man!
Yeah.
That's it. That's what it is. The next happy moment,
2099.
it's gonna be because Miguel O'Hara shows up and he's like, we gotta go stop Miles Morales from fucking existing. We gotta put a stop to Miles Morales, but he got bit by Spider, but I don't think he should have been, because I fucking am that one smart guy that thinks he fucking knows everything. Kind of technical spoilers for the fucking movie. Basically, like, dude comes off as the fucking, like, I know how things are supposed to be. I gotta stop things from being and make things be. It's like, bro, just don't fuck with the timeline and you're fine.
Yeah. And that makes sense. Like I said, we were gonna go watch it. Taylor
Right.
hasn't seen the first one just yet.
Gotcha.
But we ended up watching Transformers, which was amazing. I loved it.
You were just like, return to monkey.
It was wonderful, dude.
Dinobots, go.
No, not Dinobots. It was the
Uh,
Maximals.
The Maximals?
Maximals and Terracons.
I thought
Yeah.
they were like.
Nope.
I
Dinobots
couldn't-
were in last night.
Oh, okay. Right, that's right. I
Yeah.
remember seeing the trailer with the fucking T-Rex.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'm
yeah,
a huge
no.
Transformers nerd, so I
I was super big into Transformers as a kid.
still am.
But like, I like Transformers, but I just stopped watching them. The movies. I don't know why.
No.
Well, at first I think it was because they replaced Shia LaBeouf, or they didn't even really replace Shia LaBeouf. They just wrote his character out of the story
Pretty much.
and everything, and then brought in fucking Wahlberger.
Yeah.
And I was
want-
just, yeah,
Door's
tell
open for
him,
you.
Ollie.
The door is open. For
No
you.
more
You're fine.
Wahlberger.
It's okay. What's up? What's going on?
That place
You
is
wanna talk
actually
to
a really
everybody? You
It's
wanna
actually a really good restaurant.
Oh, shit, yeah, I've had
I like their
Whataburger.
burgers.
talk- Yeah.
What?
I've had Whataburger.
No, Wahlburgers.
Wahlburgers. What?
Yeah.
What's Wahlburgers?
How do you not know what Wahlburgers is? They had a TV show.
Wall.
You know Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah. The restaurant's called Whataburger.
No.
Uh-huh.
Whataburger is a completely different chain. Mark Wahlberg's brother or whatever runs a chain called Wahlburger. It is
Yeah.
completely different. It's not fast food.
Oh, I've never
I'm
heard
pretty
of
sure it's
Whataburger
not. Yeah, they have one in the
in Missouri.
the pyramid
in Tennessee.
in Memphis.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's where I had it because when I went to the A Day to Remember concert, my sister, her boyfriend, and I went to go kill time in the Bass Pro Shop pyramid,
Yeah.
and we were like, man, we should have probably ate something before we came over here, and then we see Wahlburgers, and we're like, oh, we've never had Wahlburgers before.
Yeah.
And it was actually pretty good. It was weird seating because like
It is
they,
weird.
it was
seating
literally
looking at
just
it.
like no one really told us where to sit, and it was just a go find a seat, and so we went up to the bar that was like outside the restaurant area
Yeah.
by the
Ooh.
bowling alley.
Okay, it reminds me of Chili's.
A Chili's
Just
ass.
Immedi-
Look,
No, I'm just saying. Immediately looking at the menu reminds me of Chili's, but it looks.
I will tell you
so
right
much
the
better
fuck
than
now.
Chili's.
It is so much better than Chili's.
Oh yeah, no,
I
100%.
hate Chili's.
Like, I'm just saying though, like if you look at the menu online, my first thought, if you've never seen it before,
Yeah,
is
well, I
Chili's.
can agree. I can agree with that.
Yeah,
But it is
looks
genuine. It is genuinely
better.
better than Chili's.
It looks
Their
way better.
burgers are pretty damn good. Because
Yeah.
I ordered a burger, and even though I usually just order shit plain, add fucking like barbecue cheese to it,
Mm-hmm.
like it's still pretty damn good. And they had pretty good fries too.
Yeah.
And Robert, my sister's boyfriend, he ordered like a chicken sandwich, I think, and he said it was really good. He also ordered like a local like craft beer or something. I
Yeah.
can't remember. It was like in a can. It had a pineapple on it,
Interesting.
and he did not care for it. And he's like a he like actually drinks beer, I think.
Oh yeah.
Like he's an you've met him.
Mm-hmm.
He's an alcohol guy.
Yeah.
But and then my sister ordered like a salad, and she said it was good. But I was like, it's a salad. I don't think that sounds like something that's not hard to fuck. That's not easy. Or god damn it, a salad sounds like something that's not
You'd be surprised.
anything you could just fuck up.
You'd be surprised. I've seen some very bad salads.
Right.
So, but no, I was looking on here. They got these adult shakes. There's one called a mud pie.
I think my sister ordered that. She said it was really fucking good.
Yeah, it's got
'Cause
coffee
it
ice
had, like,
cream,
yeah.
vanilla vodka, cream de cacao, Kahlua, vanilla frosting, and crushed Oreos.
It sounds like you're about to make a trip to Memphis just for this fucking restaurant.
I'm about to.
It's a little pricey, but what do you expect from a place that's like named after an actor?
Oh yeah, with like such
And
a
you know, part of its
low
fame
quality.
part of its fame comes from the fact that it's the brother of a famous actor
Oh yeah,
and everything. But I'm surprised you didn't know about this place. It had a
no
TV
idea.
show.
I remember I think hearing about the Wahlbergs, but
Yeah,
I never heard of Wahlburger.
Yeah, the Wahlbergs are the family that are tied to it.
Yeah,
Because it's
like
because
Mark
like Mark
Wahlberg,
Wahlberg,
yeah.
you know, the guy that was in Transformers right after Shia LaBeouf.
Mm-hmm. Painting.
Like
Jane
his
and-
brother is the one that
Morphe.
owns the restaurant and like does the restaurant stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
Marky
what
Mark.
the fuck?
I don't know. They got
Marky Mark.
Marky Mark. And they got
But
such a low quality picture on their
That-
like, very start. I'm just like, oh, that hurts.
no.
Hurts as a yeah, it just hurts.
Oh no, not the low quality. Can I get this
No, like look at the picture I put in the
in Discord?
the last word Discord,
Hold on. I'm making
or the
sure
last word
that-
channel rather, I should say.
Hold on. Channel. Hold on. I'm having to find this shit.
It should be underneath general chat.
It-
I've been
oh.
posting stuff in there.
At
that we've
first
been
I saw
talking about.
okay, yeah, no, I didn't even see the fucking the payday thing. I was like, you posted a payday thing. This isn't Wahlberg's, but yeah. Let's see. Let me see the low quality picture of food. What
No,
are you
not
talking
the
about?
picture of food. The picture right behind a love letter to agave.
Agave.
Agave. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
that,
a
you
little
see
bit
it?
of a low quality picture.
Yeah.
but
On
I'm
the
not
website,
quite
it shows
sure.
up worse.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's just low quality. Yeah.
Yeah. This man being a nitpick about his
I am.
his fucking graphics.
You see my backdrop, my background for this podcast. You understand I'm a nitpick for things to look
I
nice.
know. I saw. I saw. Oh, I'm also seeing the fucking RTX off on picture too
Yeah.
of or
One of the very
the
first things we
thumbnail
talked
of that
about.
video that we were
Yeah.
talking about. Like that just looks like they remade it.
Yeah,
You
I know,
can, no, that's not upscaled.
That's the
That's bullshit.
the
That's
RTX
horseshit. Cap.
enhanced.
Cap.
Now the
Cap.
auto
That's
enhanced
horseshit.
rather.
Also, like, I have never taken
token.
the fucking RTX shit seriously ever.
The only time
Like-
I've taken it seriously is in Minecraft. That's it. Because
Like-
it's a world of difference.
I don't even.
It's
Look,
insane.
I'll be honest with you, man. I don't even. I don't play Minecraft anymore. I don't really
know.
want to play Minecraft. Even with this new update that they've done,
I know.
I don't want to play Minecraft anymore. Like,
It'll come
it's
back.
not. Maybe.
It'll come
Because,
back.
like,
your
look,
base is still
the
there.
what?
Your base is still there.
Well, no, what I'm getting at is, like, because I don't want to be rude
Mhm.
and be like, oh, no, I don't want to play
Yeah.
and everything. Because, like, I'll still, like, fuck around. But the thing is, I won't just, like, do anything. My whole thing is, genuinely, I just played so much fucking Minecraft in high school that I am burnt out.
Oh, I
Like,
don't blame you.
indefinitely.
No.
But, like, the only thing that could really get me to go, I want to play Minecraft, is them doing another biome update. Kind of like how they did with the Nether and with
Mhm.
the caves, even though the caves felt a little minor.
Yeah, kind of
Like,
a little lackluster.
Whenever they actually do the Aether update, which they didn't confirm anything, but
Mm.
like they more or less teased it, saying the only time we will do anything like that, and they even hired the guy that did the Aether mod,
Yeah.
I heard.
Buddy.
But it's like the only time we'll ever do that is when we're done with like caves and shit, and they did caves and shit.
Yeah.
And so I'm just waiting. Like, if they actually ever put out an Aether update to where they introduce the Aether, a whole new dimension in Minecraft,
Yeah.
then I will actually get back on and play. But it'll most likely just be like for a day to explore the Aether in creative and be like, oh, it's the thing. And then I basically shut it back off.
Yeah. Like what I really am wanting to do, and eventually once we're able to get Taylor her PC, I want like modding, like mods and different mod packs
See,
and stuff like
I
that.
would be
like,
fine. See, that's when it comes to modding and stuff like that, I'm a little more willing to do that kind of thing with Minecraft.
Yeah.
Like, Joshua plays Pixelmon,
Oh yeah.
and
yeah.
I've been ever so fucking tempted to play.
And it looks
partially
like a lot
just-
of fun.
Partially just because I saw him one day building like his tower on a Pixelmon server.
Yeah.
And I was like, boy, about to become a fucking frontier brain. And he's like, you fucking know it. And I'm like, bet. But like, he also has spent like hours fucking grinding to get like specific fucking Pokemon with
Yeah.
specific attributes. And I'm like, this man's playing this shit like it's actual Pokemon.
I wonder, do I still have Curse Forge installed? I think I do.
But like,
I don't.
see, the thing is, I would be more willing to just play regular Minecraft if we were playing like on minigame or like game servers, like
yeah,
Hypixel or Mineplex, if those still exist.
they do. They do.
Playing
I'm
like
not-
Bed Wars and shit.
I'm just not a big fan of those.
See, and that's an interesting thing to hear between like different people that play Minecraft like
Yeah.
avidly. It's like, because I feel like it's a easy way of figuring out what kind of player and most like, and more importantly, what kind of person you are. It's like,
Mhm.
do you play Minecraft and play it just genuinely? Like, oh, you hop on Minecraft, start a new world, start mining immediately, build your house, all that dumb shit, play
Yeah.
Minecraft? Or do you get on and you play Hypixel and do Bed Wars or Hunger Games or whatever
Mhm.
and everything? Because, like, it feels like it's like, oh, it's a comparison of, do you play the game for the game or do you play fucking custom games?
Oh yeah, exactly.
Because that's how, because like taking that into consideration, it's like, oh, do you play Halo for Halo? Like, you get on there to play like fucking,
Or Halo
Snipers.
4, the custom games. Yeah.
I know like hell you didn't just say Halo 4 custom games.
No, I'm not saying. I was saying like or Halo for the custom games.
Oh, I thought you said Halo 4 specifically. I'm like,
Oh,
you know,
no,
like
no, I said
hell,
or.
that
I said
Halo
or.
4 is not where you go for custom games.
No,
you go to
no, no.
Reach.
No, I said or.
We play Reach in this house.
hmm Which I want to get back in. I want to play through all of the Halos again. There's so many things I want to play, but I'm just like I don't know. Finding the time,
Tired.
And I'm so
The
tired.
time and the energy.
It's in like
Welcome to our 20s.
it sucks. I hate this.
It genuinely does.
Why do I have to grow up? This is so stupid.
It genuinely does. Like,
Ah.
because I was talking to my brother yesterday about because like I was showing him the One Piece live action trailer. I don't know if
Yeah.
you've seen that.
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah.
And I was like, you're not gonna lie, this kind of makes me want to actually start One Piece from the beginning and watch
It's
through
worth
it
it. It's worth it.
and everything. And he's like, Tyler, you complain about not ever having time to watch anime.
And you're gonna
And
watch
like
One Piece.
yeah, and you're gonna try and watch One Piece. I'm like, you're right.
I mean, honestly, it could be the only anime you watch. But
See, that's where you're wrong. I couldn't. Partially because I just finished the current season of Demon Slayer.
Mhm.
I'm catching up on the newest season of Doctor Stone. I still have
Yeah.
stuff from this like seasonal season
Okay,
to catch up on that I have tabs open for.
That's a whole nother can of worms. Because like me, I don't know what it
Yeah.
is about seasonal stuff. Like some seasonal stuff I can get into. Others,
Right.
You know, like I mean, you're talking to the guy that watched all 700 plus episodes of Naruto. So whenever I can just sit there and watch it whenever I want to and not have to worry about new episodes coming out, I'm just like, okay, I know they're there, I can watch it. For some reason, that's more enticing to me. Just like how it is with One Piece. You know, yes, you do have new episodes coming out, but you have 1,000 plus episodes that are already out that you can watch and enjoy, and movies and all this other kind of content, games, and all this other kind of stuff. And like, there's just, the more I've thought about it and the more I've realized, like, kind of the less I like seasonal type anime. Other than, other than the staples, obviously. You know, but if I try and get into any other kind of seasonal stuff, it just, I can't do it. I don't know why.
See, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
But because the thing is, for me, I look at the stuff that's coming out every season, partially because that weeb still exists inside of me.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like, because I want to get into. I like anime. I love anime. I want to keep my horizons fairly broadened. I want to constantly see newer and cooler and funner stories. You know, so like, I'm not so like, if something gets a new season, cool, fuck yeah, nice. But if something new comes out that is something I've never heard of and it sounds or seems interesting, I'll fucking try it.
Yeah.
But I will be honest with you, half the time usually I can tell when I'm not going to like something and I just don't watch it. Or if I try to start watching something, I just go, well, this ain't my thing.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know, sorry, to kind of pause this for a second.
No, you're good. What's up?
Does the audio of the music thing sound weird to you?
No.
Okay, because for me, it's kind of coming in like, it sounds kind of like, how do I put it?
You want me to change it to try and change it to something else, see if that changes it? Or fixes
you can, because like, it sounds like the audio's distorting a little bit.
Okay, I gotcha. Air Tensifier does that from time to time, unfortunately.
But
let's see.
With anime though, like, I still like to try and check stuff out. Granted, the problem with that... Hold on, I'm listening now.
Oh, you're good.
Okay, it's still doing it, but it's whatever.
Okay.
I
was like, if
it
anything,
could
if
just
you wanted
it
to,
could just be my headphones. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be.
But but you know, so the thing is though, the downside with that is I can never clear my slate.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Because of seasonal stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'll catch up on something just for something new to come out that I'm interested in, or a new season to come out, or a new series that I've been waiting on to come out.
Yeah.
And then my slate's full again. I probably have like 7 or 8 tabs open on my phone for anime.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
at the moment. Like, let me actually look at that real quick.
Okay, that's a whole. Okay, wait a minute. Okay.
Oh God,
We're about to get
he's
into
about
this
to
real
rip me
quick.
apart.
Okay, so this man over here talks about, I mean, this is a whole nother topic for another podcast, but we're going to get into it briefly here. Pirating. Emulators, emulation. Okay. This man over here talking about how he doesn't want to do that, but you know what this guy does? He watches it on torrented websites. So,
okay, well, here's the thing. There is, so with anime, for one, I don't have to wait weeks to get the new episode.
I mean, I get that.
2, when I started to strictly just watch stuff on third-party sites, which I'm not going to name drop the one I use or else risk it getting shut down.
Mm-hmm.
But when I started to do that was because at the time I was paying for both Crunchyroll and Funimation, and I was initially just trying to watch stuff in dub, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I would get caught up on dub and want the next episode and find out, oh, well, we just got this episode of dub, but 2 weeks ago was when they got this in sub, and they're already 2 episodes ahead. So I switched to sub and watched that through Crunchyroll. But then find out that Crunchyroll, who just got, who was 2 weeks ahead of the dub and sub, was 2 weeks behind the actual release of it somewhere else, where it comes out like immediately or whatever. And so that's when I turned to third party, and because I got so into these shows to where I was like, I don't want to fucking wait on episodes to come out, and I also don't want to just drain my fucking wallet on this kind of stuff. And I know there's also the whole, well, if you're watching anime through a third party site, you're not supporting the official release, and I get that. And the thing is, if I like something, but this gives me a chance to watch it, and if I don't like it, then cool, no pain on my part. But the thing is, if I do like it, it will push me to want to, like, as an example, if I were to be like, if I had never watched Full Metal Alchemist before, which is something that sounds completely impossible because I fucking love Full Metal Alchemist, Brotherhood specifically, but I've seen both. But if I were to have watched that and fell in love with it, or not watched it before, watch it on a third-party site, fall in love with it, like I have, then I'd be like, cool, where's the first place I can buy merch, figures, DVDs, manga, stuff like that? And even though, sure, I didn't pay Funimation or Crunchyroll or whatever, or technically it's not even on Funimation because it's, if I'm correct, it's a Toei. No, it's Viz Media. It's Viz Media. And so I can't even watch Full Metal Alchemist on Funimation or Crunchyroll. And that's another thing with that, is they don't have everything, and I don't want to pay out to 40 million different services just for singular fucking anime. And so that's where the third party comes in. The third party, I just go watch it there, and if I do like it, being the way I am, I will support that through getting merch. Basically, you can, even though my shelf doesn't have every volume of Full Metal Alchemist, I plan on eventually getting all of it. I plan on getting figures. I plan on getting the 3-in-1 hardcover volumes. I would love to have the Blu-ray set if it exists. Like,
oh, yeah.
Hell, even though I could give a shit less about art books, I would still probably even get those.
Yeah.
Just because I fell in love with that. And I'll be real here, when I first watched Full Metal Alchemist and Brotherhood, that was on Adult Swim.
No.
Which, that's not something, I mean, technically it was a pay the cable company kind of thing, but I wasn't paying that, obviously, because I was younger. But the thing is, it's still a case of that, like, in the long run, the amount that they're getting off of that doesn't really matter. Because the thing is, they get like minimal in regards to that kind of stuff, I would figure. And so my whole defense on the matter is I watch third party because it gives me the most access, the quickest, and it also shows me what else is available that isn't just the 40 million things I've already watched. Because that was another issue I had with Crunchyroll and Funimation, because I was just looking through the library just to find a bunch of stuff that was all things I had watched already, and anything I hadn't watched, I wasn't interested in.
Yeah.
So I had ran out of stuff and didn't see a reason to keep Funimation and Crunchyroll. Like, currently right now, I think on the matter of whether or not I want to get rid of Disney Plus, just because I only keep it so that way I have it whenever new shit comes out.
Mhm.
And I'm like, why should I even bother with that? You know?
Yeah.
Because the thing is, you can look at, and the thing is, you want to talk about how you want to give me shit on watching third party when Crunchyroll itself was third party back in the day.
Yeah.
Crunchyroll itself was one of those unofficial streaming, or not even streaming, but like one of those unofficial piracy sites.
Oh yeah.
And I remember having the Crunchyroll app on my fucking tablet when I first moved to Paragold, and it did not look anything like the Crunchyroll that you see on the App Store now, because it was one of like 2 or 3 Crunchyrolls that you saw on the App Store or on the Android market, whatever the fuck it's called. And it didn't have any fancy graphics or anything. It was a catalog that you had to click on the thing that said English to even be able to read. I remember having to scroll through and find shit by name with no pictures up until you would click on the name that you would have to click through like 3 different like list things just to get to an image of the episode thumbnails, if it even had that.
Yeah.
And so like you were basically playing a guessing game. So like even by today's standards of those kind of sites, like where they, you have way more visual assistance in that matter, Crunchyroll was far more difficult to even do anything with. Crunchyroll being where it is now and having anybody go, well, why don't you just fucking support the official release and get like Crunchyroll or something? Motherfucker, Crunchyroll wasn't an official fucking distribution of it back in the day. Crunchyroll is the pirate turned good citizen.
No.
And everything, and that good citizen is in quotes, because the thing is, my brother, like, if we could get him on here to talk about it, because we could probably have a whole ass fucking episode about anime.
Oh yeah, and we will.
All that. And we'll probably have Joshua on here to talk about how he wrote, I'm pretty sure he wrote a paper in college on third-party sites and their dominance over official streaming sites when it comes to anime, and how the official streaming sites suffer because they are all separate.
Yeah.
And everything. He does a far better job at explaining it, but he told me about it and everything, and I was like, that's actually fairly fucking accurate. He predicted, and he even predicted Crunchyroll buying out Funimation.
Yeah.
Because this was like a year or 2 ago or something like that, that he had wrote this paper and told me about it, and he made the prediction that would happen, or rather that it would be the best thing for them to do if they wanted to actually be able to compete with piracy sites. And he'll definitely have to come on the podcast to talk about it. We'll have a whole ass episode about fucking anime, maybe even convert it into a whole episode about piracy even.
Oh yeah.
Because you could definitely, because you and I definitely have strongly opposing opinions on like, not
On the
just
same
like, you
thing.
know, yeah, on similar fucking topics, like, you know, not just anime piracy sites, but
Just
also
piracy in general.
piracy in general, like emulation and stuff like that. And
Mm.
what's funny is we go complete opposite sides of the coin depending on what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Because like with anime, you're like, oh yeah, official release, and I'm like, no, fuck that shit. Or official release. It's like, oh yeah, no, just stream it from like Crunchyroll or something. And I'm like, nah, third party site. That way I get the episode day one and everything, and it's no harm on me. But then you have when we talk about fucking games and
So,
emulation,
when it comes,
we're completely opposite on that.
Let me get my interjection in here.
Yeah.
So when it comes to games, okay, and when it comes to emulating, so there's a few different things that I look at. Now I get it. You know, some people will be like, it's all the same. I get that. You can look at it that way if you want to, and I'll agree with you. I won't disagree. But I kind of take it and draw the line to certain extents. So I usually try and look at maybe, you know, Wii era and back. And that's perfectly fine because Nintendo has chosen to stop distributing that to where you can't even purchase those things and them get the financial benefit from it anymore.
Right.
And so that stuff and back, and now even up to the 3DS at this point, same thing with that. They have taken all of that down. They've taken the eShop down, taken, and the Wii U stuff, like all of that.
Yeah.
That is up for grabs at this point because Nintendo chose to stop servicing those, and I get it. Infrastructure, you know, all these other kind of things that they have to put money towards.
On that regard, I feel like that's all because unfortunately passed away.
It is, and
because Iwata was what kept the soul at Nintendo.
Mm-hmm. And since then, it's unfortunately been going downhill. Like, it's still great, but it's not Iwata era.
But that's the thing. Look at the Switch and look how we've not had a proper upgrade for the Switch, a proper evolution of the Switch since Iwata's passing.
Exactly.
Because Iwata is the reason we have the Switch.
Oh yeah.
Iwata is the reason we have so many great things.
That's why we have the new 3DS from the 3DS. Yeah.
Why we had
the Wii
Johto
U.
in general.
Yeah. And it's just
why Pokemon could have even gotten as far as it has today.
Exactly. And now they're going and squandering it. That's another video. But you know, and that's a whole nother thing we have completely opposite opinions and views on. But but with this, you know, like, I get it. If you go and you buy, say, like, you buy Tears of the Kingdom, which was initially what this episode was semi about. So you go and you buy that.
Look, none of our episodes are going to stay completely on one singular topic.
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's
otherwise, we would just put it. Otherwise, we would call it the one word.
Yeah.
And get mistaken as like some kind of religious thing.
Exactly. But let's just say you go and you buy Tears of the Kingdom, okay? Which I did. I pre-ordered it. And I wanted to go in and emulate it with different mods, with different, you know, improvements that the Switch unfortunately isn't capable of doing. You know, say I want to go in and play it at 60 FPS. I can do that through emulation. Now, have I done that? I haven't, because for the life of me, I can't figure it out. Now, it's not.
I thought you were gonna be like, because it's still on the same. No, it's still on a system that's sold, and you're not for that.
No, I'm for that if you have bought the game and the system. But I'm not for pirating things that you haven't bought. Now, like I said, if you've already purchased it, you've given them the money.
Like how people were pirating fucking Scarlet and Violet before it was even released.
Exactly. And they were doing the same thing with Tears. But
Yeah, I forgot that. I
Mhm.
forgot that leak. I forgot people dumped that online already before release.
A week before.
Same thing happened to Scarlet and Violet.
Oh yeah. But like that's the whole thing, you know, like if you have it, if you bought it, great. And you want more experience out of it, you want better performance, you know, go for it. Go do your heart's content. What are they gonna do? It's not like you're going out there and distributing the copy that you pirated for financial profit or financial gain. That's completely different. You know, if you're doing that, then you're scum.
Yeah.
You know,
And also, most likely, if you're doing that, Nintendo ninjas have already spotted
You're
your
already-
location and
exactly.
are on the way.
Exactly, you know, and like you're just stupid to do that in this day of age. Like, come on
Right.
now. People still do it though, unfortunately. But you know,
I mean, you gotta be careful about that shit. There were people that literally had fucking hitmen sent to their house over magic cards.
yeah, exactly.
I don't know if you heard about that.
I did. Yeah,
Yeah. So like, it's fucking crazy
it is.
to
It's
think about that
absolutely
kind of thing.
insane. But yeah, I don't know. We'll save the rest of that conversation because we've gone on for about 2 hours now. I feel like that's going to be a good stopping point for us.
See, like you were saying earlier that like having these episodes be like 2 hours a piece. Like,
mhm.
I was like, again, are podcast episodes 2 hours long? I always thought they'd be like an hour.
Well, it could vary. It could vary from 1.5 to 2 hours. You know, just depends on how rambly we're feeling that day.
Personally, I think like 1 to 2 hours is fine.
It's perfect.
Just because, like, me personally, if I'm gonna be listening to something, because like there's oftentimes I pull up a video or something, or even a podcast episode
and
to listen
that
to.
long.
Usually, if it's a podcast episode, that usually lasts long enough to be like satisfying.
Yeah.
But like delete, pause, whoa. But like usually I try not to pull up like let's plays or anything like that, because usually those are like a 30-minute video at like best.
I mean, plus too, I want to watch that. You know, like I don't want to sit there and listen to just gameplay while I'm playing a game. You know, I want to listen to
and that's also part of why I
talking.
didn't want us playing anything while doing this.
Yeah.
Because like genuinely, I've just been staring at our logo, or I say I've been staring at our logo. I've been staring at my own mic sensor thing to make sure that I don't fucking peak and damage the ears of our dear listeners.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good on both ends.
But,
I would think. But yeah, with all of that, I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, definitely be sure to hit that like button, subscribe both channels, whichever one you're watching on. You know, go to the other one, hit that sub button. Links will be down in the description for both channels, and along with the music that we did have playing in the background and whatever else we decide.
I, for one, will not be forcing you, or I mean, neither of us are forcing you.
No, it's not a force.
But I will not be compelling you to like this video. I will not be compelling you to share it with your friends.
See,
just because that's been something new that I've been doing. I've been trying, like, if it's not been obvious in my videos, I don't think I've once even said like, favorite, whatever in my newer videos since the update. But like, it's something I've been trying.
Yeah, and that's perfectly fine.
But like, yeah, no, I mean, but obviously you can feel free to do all that if you want.
Exactly. Like I said, if you enjoyed it, you know, let us know how we did in the comments. If you liked it, disliked it, however it be. If you disliked it, I'll probably dislike your comment, but that's okay.
Nah. Look, but I, for one, think it would be funny if we could see exactly, if we can bypass YouTube's dumb decision to remove the dislike count. Let's rely on you, the commenters. Let us know if you disliked the video.
For sure. Yeah.
So that way we can have an absolute number.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Let us know down below. Did you dislike this video?
Or did you like it? Or did you?
We can see. Well, that's the thing. We can see the likes. It counts the likes.
It does, but it doesn't tell us who.
Right. But the thing is, I don't want to single out people for liking the video.
I want to know, did you
dislike the video? what did you dislike about this video?
Did you dislike our voice?
Or, well, fucking video. This is a podcast.
Well, I mean, it's going up in video
But still.
format. It probably will eventually go up.
Video format, but like
uh,
it's a still image for about an hour that's gonna burn into the fucking screen.
It's already burned into my eyes. And
I'm
that's
pretty
fine.
sure.
I love it.
I'm pretty sure mine's gonna burn into the fucking screen, and I hadn't even thought about it. I was like, I don't, because that's the thing. I didn't think that I didn't even have to fucking stop, I didn't have to keep it on this screen. I could have been
Yeah.
literally doing anything else, but I think if I did, I wouldn't be able to focus. But you know,
Oh well.
I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of The Last Word,
I have been Cheese Puff.
and I am your host as well. Alec goes to the crowd, and
And as
you guys stay
always,
cheesy, you guys stay spooky, and you guys have not heard the last word. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time.
Boy.
Bye!